Good afternoon and welcome to my second episode of YouTube channel, James Suarez on the Run. Today we look at half marathon preparation, tips, advice, don'ts and do's. As I say, all these views are my own. What works for me might not work for you, so do bear that in mind. This is only what I do come race day. So we'll start off with the start of the week. I've had a nice easy week this week. Low mileage, low heart rate, low intensity. One little speed session thrown in early on in the week just to keep myself nice and sharp, and the rest of the time has been low work, just to give myself all the chance come race day that your legs are ready to rock and roll, and gives you the best possible chance to perform at your optimum. So on a Friday I always go for a massage, just a nice light massage. Please do let your physio know or masseuse know you are racing at the weekend, as sometimes they can go in a bit hard and it will feel like you've had a hard session on your legs if you don't let them know. So do let them know that you are running on a Sunday, as you will feel pain if you don't, trust me. So that's on a Friday. I start eating correctly a week and fuel highly on a Friday night. I have a big meal. It's normally carb based. I don't tend to have a big breakfast for a 5k, 10k or half marathon come the morning of the run. I try and keep it nice and light. I had a banana and a little cereal bar, was all I had. I always stop drinking 2 hours before the run, otherwise I tend to need the toilet far too often. That's what works for me. So I'll have a Lucozade on the way to the race and stop drinking approximately an hour and a half before the race starts. So the night before I lay all my kit out, so you're not flapping about in the morning looking for things and wondering where things are. I even go as far as laying my socks out, gels, and everything gets laid out. My bag's packed, my race number's ready, my race number's on my shirt, so as I say, it's just less stress in the morning and you're ready to go. I must share this experience with you. Last time I done a half marathon was Wokingham Half. I made lots and lots of mistakes. I didn't charge my watch. I've got a Garmin watch, 235. Requires charging normally once every 5 days, depends on GPS usage. It had no charge, so I had to take my phone. My phone dropped after the first mile. I had to run back through the crowds to try and find my phone, as it had fallen in a bush. Luckily someone had spotted it and told me where it was. I arrived late, I wasn't organised, so complete and utter disaster. I ran sporadically and collapsed really on mile 10 and had to kind of walk the rest of it in due to complete and utter failure. So please do don't let that happen to you, and be a lesson to you guys not to make the same kind of mistakes as I've made. As I say, when you have a bad day, it can actually be a positive in the long run, as you won't be making these kind of mistakes again. So if you have had a bad result, please try and take all the positives out of that bad day, because good days are just around the corner. There's always a race just around the corner for you to get better and have a better positive result. So the morning of the race, I try and get a good sleep. Normally your sleep will be slightly disturbed the night before, as you'll be nervous, so your best sleep will be the night before that, where you will sleep the most, and that is really crucial to recover. Your best form of recovery is sleeping, so try and get as much sleep as possible prior to a race day. Do's and don'ts. What I do, I charge my watch, I sleep for recovery, I check out the course prior to the race. So today was a bit of a hilly race, so what I did, I worked out where the hills were and when I was going to turn it on and turn it slightly off, to give myself all the chance on the downhills and give my legs a rest up the hills. I tend to go slower up the hills and try and preserve my energy to let loose when it's on the flat and going downhill. That's my race strategy. So yeah, do check out your race before you get to the day. just so you know where the water stations are, the gel stations, and where the inclines are, and where you can push on and hold off come race day. So keep your kit the same. I always keep the kit exactly the same as you trained in. Don't start trying out new trainers, new kit, as you could find things rub and you could make you uncomfortable for the race day. You want to try and make your race as smooth as possible, so you can get the most enjoyment out of it. Arrive on time. Timekeeping, something I'm useless at. Try and leave early. Try and plan your time correctly before you leave, so you know what time the race starts, and give yourself enough time to park the car, drop your baggage off, get warmed up, and yeah, gives yourself enough time to not be rushing around trying to get to the start line. Try and organise with your family where to meet them, so after you know where you're going and you know where to meet your family and friends after the race is finished. Stick to your race plan. So if you've got a plan, do stick to your race plan. Don't get carried away with other people and other people's speeds. Just keep to what you've stuck to and what you've planned, and hopefully you'll have a good day. I think that's it for me. Yeah, perfect.